let's start sewing. Welcome to part 2 of the S9729 sew along, and we get to the fun part, sewing, not cutting. So we're going to start off by sewing the slip view A and view B. The bodice of view A and view B are exactly the same. So the following steps you could apply to view A or view B. I am also following along with the instructions, but if I add in, I might deviate and add in a few tips or tricks here and there. So if it's one of those things, I'll do my best to call it out, but don't freak out and be like, oh my God, where is it in the instructions? It might just be an add-on or an additional tip or trick. So the first step is that we are going to sew the bust darts as well as add a stay stitch to the strap points. The written instructions do a great job at explaining what a bust dart is and how to sew it, but basically it's a triangular piece or triangular wedge that is sewn to accommodate the bust. If you're unfamiliar with bust darts, I thought I would just mention what they are. So what you're going to do is I pin marked the dart legs as well as the dart point. And what I will do is I will match pin mark to pin mark. Right sides are together, and then I will mark the dart point. And then I will sew it with the straight stitch. I will back stitch at the beginning. I will sew off of the dart point, so not back stitching, leave a little thread tail, and then knot it 3 or 4 times. For the strap points, I will just sew a stay stitch, about a 1/2 inch or an inch this way as well as that way. I have sewn the bust darts as well as added the stay stitch at the strap points. Now it is time to sew the lace panels together, and it gets a little tricky for 2 reasons. One is that the center front panel, lace panels, and the side panels are very easy to mix up. And the best way to go about it, even if you have the pattern pieces, you might get confused about which one goes where. And the best way to explain it is that if it doesn't make sense, then it is probably placed improperly. And what I mean by that is when I lay these over the bodice, 1/2 inch, since the seam allowances are 1/4, it lines up and it fits. Now if I did it the opposite way, you will see that obviously this edge doesn't fit and this edge just looks ridiculous. So if it doesn't lie nicely, as far as it doesn't make sense, then it is probably placed incorrectly. That is the first reason why this step gets confusing or tricky. The second step is that when you're sewing through this lace, sheer lace can get really tricky to sew. You're literally sewing through pockets of air or holes. So a little trick that I have is to use what's called sheer cup lining. This is something that is used a lot in bra making, and you're going to use it as a stabilizer. So when I had my lace panels laid out, right sides together, I'm going to take the bodices away just for this demo or step. And I'm going to sew a straight stitch from the top edge to the bottom edge. Now, if you find trouble sewing through just sheer lace, even if it's 2 layers of sheer lace, what you can do is you can put this sheer cup lining over it, and this will act as a stabilizer. You can put it on top, you can put it on bottom, whichever you think is easier. I like it on top because then I have a little bit more control over it. So now I'm going to sew a straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance, back stitch at the beginning and the end. After I sew it, I will trim it super close to the stitching, basically so you don't see it. I will show you that once I sew this step for myself. I sewed the lace panels together, one with sheer cup lining, one without, to show you that yes, it is possible to sew through sheer lace. Now once you sew, or not once, but if you sew with the sheer cup lining, you will take scissors. I highly recommend these duck build scissors. Duck as in quack quack, build scissors. I use them a lot in bra making, and I will trim really close to that stitch line. And that is the beauty of these scissors, is that they allow you to cut really close to the seam line. I'm going to cut away that sheer cup lining. Pretty much invisible. Now the next step is to attach the lace panels to the bodice. Now you might think that you would attach the bodices together at the center front and then add the lace panels, but it's actually really tricky to do that, to sew this curve and have all the laces match. So what we do is we actually sew the lace panels on the upper edge of the bodice first, then we sew the center front seam. Now the easiest way to do this is to put right sides together. I'm going to take this one out of the frame to make it a little bit easier to understand. I'm going to pin this along the edge. I'm going to pin it at the strap point. I also didn't mention that after I sewed the lace panels together, I pressed it. You can press lingerie fabrics, especially lace. Just make sure that you use an iron on a synthetic setting. So I will pin it from the center front to the strap point. I'm going to sew from the center front to the strap point. When I get to the strap point, I'm going to put my needle down. I'm going to pivot, and then I'm going to swing this around and sew the rest of the seam. For me, it's harder to pin all of this and sew it all in one pass. I have more success if I sew here, put my needle down, then pivot and swing the lace over. After you do that, since we're doing this at the same time, let's attach the lace to the top of the back band in the same way. We're going to put right sides together. We're going to pin it. We're going to sew it with a straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance, back stitch at beginning and end. I have sewn the lace panels to the front and the back bodice. I also pressed the seam allowances towards the fabric and added an edge stitch about 1/16 of an inch away from the edge of the top of the back band as well as on the bodice. This helps with the seam allowances folding towards the fabric and not being visible on the lace. Now another thing that I want to address is how do you finish the seams? A couple of things to say about this finishing the seams for the 9729. You can serge it, but if you're using a really lightweight fabric, when you turn it towards the fabric and press it, you might be able to see that serge and it might not be very nice and smooth. So because I'm using a rayon, I'm actually not going to finish the seam allowances. I'm also gonna be only wearing this at night to bed, so not gonna be like, it's not gonna get a lot of like wear and tear out of it, so a serge isn't necessary. So I know a lot of people think that they have to finish the seam allowances, but in this case, I think that it is okay not to. So to sum it up, if you finish the seam allowances versus if you don't finish the seam allowances, it's going to be up to you and whatever the end use of your 9729 is. Next step, or the last step in this series, is to sew the center front panels together. So you're going to place them right sides together. You're going to sew it with a straight stitch, back stitches beginning to end. If you need to use sheer cup lining when you sew through the lace portion, you can. And then once you sew those together, you will also sew the back band to the front at the side. Again, straight stitch, back stitch at the beginning and the end. Whether you serge it or not will be up to you. You just have to think that if you do the serge up the lace portion, you definitely will be able to see it. So I think in that case, it's actually a better appearance if you don't serge it, or just serge it up to the point of where the fabric ends. So this is where you should be at the end of this part 2. I have sewn the center front together, and then I sew the back band to the front cups. Something that I didn't mention in the previous parts was that I folded the seam allowances on the strap points of the lace panels. I didn't edge stitch this because when we put the straps on, we will do that to keep it in place. But for the center front, as well as the side seam, on the lace portion, I pressed the seam allowances on the inside towards one side or the other, whichever one you want, and then I did a little edge stitch to keep the seam allowances down. Same edge stitch that I put at the top of the bodice where the lace panels meet the bodice.